Henry Byamukama from Uganda.
Yeah.
That is eastern part of Africa. And I'm a minister of the gospel, and also I'm involved in a lot of social work and charity work and political work. So it's kind of very diverse areas that we involve in. And that's me.
I think Uganda was called or is called Pearl of Africa.
Yes.
It's a beautiful country, right?
Yeah, so when Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of England,
UK,
right? Or
yeah.
UK, when he visited Uganda and he saw how green it was and how beautiful, so he named it the Pearl of Africa.
Oh, which one you think is more beautiful? California, Uganda?
By far Uganda. California is concrete everywhere.
Yeah, it used to be. It's barely green, but you look outside now, it's golden. That's why we call it Golden State.
Of course, California is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful things, but
right.
I'll be biased towards Uganda.
So you claim yourself pastor, or then you are a social activist, right?
Yes.
You did lots of charity work and for kids.
So
tell me about that charity work.
Yeah, so of course we have the water side, which is very big for us right now because of the need. So we drill boreholes in the rural areas. We partner with the local communities. They give us pieces of land where we drill the water. And normally one water well or borehole can supply up to 6,000 people. About 500 homesteads, which is a village. A village has 500 homesteads. On average, an African rural family will have between 6 to even up to 20 people, individuals in the homestead. So our statistics, we computed, we reach out, average one water well can reach between 2,000 and even up to 6,000. Yeah, and that's about 500 homesteads. Yes.
You know, for people who live in urban or suburban area, especially in the developed area like in California or I think most of America, we don't know how critical water issue is.
It's very hard to comprehend if you live in a developed society. We need to appreciate the basics that we already have, that are already in the advanced countries. It's not just even water; it is the clean water.
Clean water.
Yes, because there are other ways that are drilled. For example, you can bore or drill a well to, let's say, 40 feet. You'll still find water, right? Mm-hmm. But you remember, you have drainage issues and you have contamination issues. To get the clean water, you need to go at least 120 feet, so you hit the rock.
Oh.
So some people tell me, why don't you do the cheaper one, which is 40 feet? But if you look at statistics, most waterborne diseases, I mean, a lot of children death is from waterborne diseases. Bilharzia, typhoid, and all diseases are killer diseases because of the contamination of the water. If I drill 40 feet, because there's no efficient drainage system, there's no efficient garbage management system, that bacteria and all that is still within the surface up to 20, 30 feet. So we have to look for the rock, and then hit that rock with the hammer on the drilling machine, breaks that rock. The water under that rock is then piped using a pump. Then we bore it. That is averagely clean water.
I see.
So it's not just the water, it is the clean and safe water.
So this kind of technology is how advanced it, or is just like...
It's not very sophisticated. It's been there for several years, actually. It's just expensive. And you have to use of course, you need the drilling machine itself. You need the compressor and the rig. But then you also need the hammers, the hammer is like it's a big metal that is drilled down.
Okay.
The force pushes it down so it can break the rock. But apart from that, you need manpower. You need a truck to carry the rig. The rig is like a big generator. I don't know. It's a kind of.
It sounds like an oil industry.
Absolutely. Actually, the what do you call it? That big machine can also drill oil. Yeah, it can drill oil. So you're right.
And your partner Stephanie told me she got a machine from China.
Yeah, she bought it from China and then shipped it to Uganda. Yeah, so that has been very helpful. It actually reduces the cost. If we had with a truck, you reduce the cost. Your only cost would be labor and the gas,
labor.
and servicing the machine. But also, if the distance between which you are drilling the wells is not very big, you can even drill 2 to 3 wells a day. So normally, what will determine? So look at it this way: the urban areas will have piped water. Not all will have piped water, but our piped water is still charged. It is very expensive. Okay, so some people are going to prefer you drill for them so that they can use their own water. That is
how expensive in Uganda water.
For example, at our church, the water we use every month will cost us about $200.
Wow!
Now for a normal that's for the church, but for a normal household maybe it'll be about $100.
That's very expensive.
It is very expensive.
Even for a California resident, we always complain that.
But you have water. You have water everywhere. You know,
right,
every house.
We waste a lot.
Yeah, there's never a water need.
Right.
But if you are doing the wells, let's say you are in the same area. You don't have to drive very far. If it is within 50 miles, you can drill even 3 wells in a day. Also, you need to do what they call the geological survey. So the geological survey determines how deep the water is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or
that's very scientific.
Yes, that's very important. Before you drill, you have to determine whether actually there's water in that area.
Yeah, otherwise you just throw money in the water. We call it throw money in the water.
I tell you this experience. So one organization want to drill a well, so they ask us to go and drill. So they call me. They say, "Oh, something very strange happened." I say, "What happened?" I say, "As we're drilling, we drilled through a skull. It looks like a human skull." So I say, "Wait a minute." So I drove. I went to the location. And actually, the hammer went through the human skull. Under the building had buried the human skull for witchcraft purposes. So, I just brought that as a by the way. Some of the things they experience and when they go to drill. But so then the staff who are working on the machine were all freaking out and were very afraid. And then the owner, he called and said, "Stop drilling, get off my building, don't drill my building." At that point, I'm just concerned about the workers. So I go there, we pray a little bit, and then they settle down, and then we went off, yeah.
I can imagine. You have to deal a lot of situations,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I think maybe new situation comes up once in a while.
Every time a different situation. But ultimately, the water need is a very real need.
Right.
So we try to fix the problem. Then we've done several ways right now. I lost track. So the government then says, "Okay, you're doing a good job. You can, if you get a drilling permit, you partner with the government to offer water." Now, some of these places are so rural. Yeah, rural means so much.
Village. Far away.
Right. So they are very hardly accessible. So the government would rather partner with private people and then come up with a budget and facilitate you to go there. Yeah. Though, of course, you also have the challenge of corruption. Someone will approve and say, "We are approving 200 wells at a cost of $20,000, and then no auditor is going to go to these deep places where there's no hotel, there's no internet, there are no roads. So it's easy for you to say we did 100 wells in location A because no auditor is going to go there. How are you going to? Maybe right now with satellite, I don't know. But how will you account? Accounting is going to be very difficult. So some, like is a problem in Africa, they use this for corruption. And then as we are doing the wells, we notice something else. And we've been digging into this. We noticed that a very big number of these people are actually off the radar. They have no ID, have no birth certificate. They're just there.
Yeah, it's not easy to govern those people, right? Because
they say approximately 15. Now the population of Uganda is 45 million.
Yeah, what I hear is like 45 million,
50
right?
million people. Yes, the last census.
It's a big country.
It's a big country, but they say approximately 15 million people are off the radar.
Wow.
No ID, no birth certificate, no health insurance, no education record, nothing.
Yeah, that's very hard to account for in this society, but that's how it came to people, right?
Right.
People used to be like that.
Yeah.
Every ethnic background people live like that.
But what if they leave them like that deliberately because they use that?
Oh, deliberately.
Yeah, they use that. If you have 15 million people who are off the radar and you ask them to vote, you already have 15 million votes.
You mean that's a political
I don't
power?
know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for example, right?
So that's natural.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm a politician, I probably will calculate that part in, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of votes.
Yeah. And not just votes, even accounting. Yeah.
So you are dealing not only a nature problem, it's like human problem.
It touches my heart so much. There's a lot we can do, especially when I travel to some of these countries. And also my friends, when they come, I see that they now understand that God will put you in a position of privilege, not just for you to have an easy and good life, but for
Amen.
you to be a blessing also to others.
Sure.
Yeah, so I feel that there's a difference when I work for me. When I work for me, I don't get fulfilled like when I work to be a difference maker in a community. I have so much joy and fulfillment when I have the opportunity to be a difference maker. Last year, I visited a rural area, and I met mothers, yeah. So this village has 12,000 people. I met the leaders of the women group. They have what they call a circle. They come together, they contribute money. At the end of the month, they get the money they contribute, they give to one person. Then next month, they give to another person. So I wanted to do a water well there. They told me, no, we don't need water well. We need labor ward. You know labor ward? Where the women give birth. Because in a village of 12,000 people, there was no labor ward. Meaning all the kids are produced at home.
Oh.
Now, even me, I'm from Uganda, but I had never seen this. You know what it costs to do a labor ward? Not even $10,000. It's just a building and a nurse and a bed, gloves, a few of those stuff. And I said, wow, that was very amazing to me.
Eye-opening, huh?
Yeah.
So I imagine the birth rate, the survival rate is
they still survive. They still, everyone survives, you know. People get hard. You know, these conditions also you get hardened.
Oh.
People get hardened. The mothers are hardened. You know, she will give birth today. 1 hour later, she's in the garden digging and harvesting.
But how's the survival rate of the baby?
They survive. They do survive.
So it's reached to the average rate?
More than average. They do survive, actually. quite pretty survive.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, nature is has a way of adjusting itself.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but of course, it's very undesirable, still very
painful.
Right? Very disturbing.
Horrifying. I think probably most of the so-called in civilized area, people feel like, oh, we cannot do that at all.
Right. I think the main challenge becomes not just the charity. It now goes deeper than the charity. It is in policy.
Policy.
Yes, policy at the top level. So if, say, you are a politician and you are in government, you really have to be clear on policy formulation. Your vision and direction of policy must be very clear. That is number one. Number two, the resource distribution. The resource distribution. When you have a budget as a country, you have to prioritize. Let's say, like this is very much on infrastructure. If I am a member of the Senate and I'm representing a certain number of people, I need to be conscious of how policies are formulated and resources are distributed to be able to give equal opportunities for everybody to go to school, to do trading, to be able to go to church, to go to hospital, to have the individual self-development.
Right.
Yeah, like I met young kids. So they stop me and they say, oh, Pastor, can you get us a football field? They're very talented, really, really talented. I said, wow, these can be the Ronaldos and the
I think
Messis.
every African boy can play good
but
football.
But they were kicking football on the road. The cars are passing, then they're kicking, they have the fiber ball.
Fiber ball.
They don't have boots. They don't have
barefoot.
Yeah, they're so talented. And I'm thinking these kids are wasted because they'll be here 15, 16, 18. If they are not trained professionally, that talent is going to go to waste.
Yeah.
It comes back to what? Policy. The policy has to be guided. The distribution of resources has to have in mind the communities, back to the grassroots people.
Yeah, you're talking about the priority in a society, right?
Yeah.
How to discern what's the most needed, what should be done in what kind of order.
Yeah.
Then it's a matter of, that's what we call politics, because that's everybody's business.
Right.
But then we have to balance the interest among people. That's not an easy task. And I know in history, actually, Uganda is a young nation, right? It was created in 1962.
1962, Uganda got independence.
Yeah.
But before colonialism, Uganda had its own system of government.
Is that better or worse compared to nowadays?
Before colonialism, Uganda was already smelting gold. So you tell me, is that better? Right now, we just got one of the only refineries just a few years ago. I don't know the details, but just a few years ago, we got the Russians invested in refining of gold. But before colonialism, Uganda was already smelting gold. Uganda was already processing banana juice and different type of banana. So you could argue back and forth and say, okay, was it good or was it not good? Yeah. And then what they call a young nation is very much an idea of the Western world.
Right.
Yes.
National
so it's not really
country.
young because it was there already. It just according to the UN and everything and independence, 1962. But even before that, there was Uganda.
Right.
There was Buganda Kingdom, there was Ankole Kingdom, there was Busoga Kingdom.
But was that a peaceful period in the past?
It was a very developed. For example, the Ankole people were very sophisticated in cattle farming.
Cattle farming.
The longhorn.
Ranching, we call it.
Ranching, yes. So they had the longhorn cow.
Oh.
Yeah, they already, up to now, the Ankole people are very much. That is dying down because of modernization. With the skyscrapers and concrete, then you don't have much land to graze. Then you have to modernize. I mean, you have to mechanize, modernize, and digitalize. So when you mechanize, modernize, and digitalize, you reduce the spaces. You don't need so much space. Yes, then you go into hay and, producing the grass, the feed for the animals. But before that, the Nkole people were already very skilled in cattle. You said what? Ranching?
Ranching.
Yes.
Ranching.
And then the Baganda were goldsmiths. And different tribes were already doing a lot. And there was already trade between the Arabs and the Africans. Yeah, you come with gold, I give you cattle, that kind of stuff. You come copper, cobalt. Most of these ventures died down, and they're now starting to revive again. Yeah,
so that's a very mixed past, right? Like UK, United Kingdom, colonized a big chunk of Africa, right? And I think UK brought some of their stuff, like even maybe religion, right?
Yes.
Christianity came from
the
due
church
to that colonization too.
Yeah.
But the industrialization or modernization didn't progress as much or as good as in the West.
Right.
So how do you feel about that? It's a kind of mixed feeling. And you yourself are a Christian.
Yes.
So now we have a narrative in the West.
Yeah.
We criticize the past, right? It feels like always like, let's say, white supremacy.
Yeah.
Or the West actually just control or bully the
I think that if we are honest to ourselves, and which is very important,
right?
Some of the things are good, and some of them could fit into the culture. If I come into America, it's important I first understand the culture. The culture may be offensive to me, but I need to understand it. It's same as when, let's say, you're an American and you go to Uganda. If you just look on the surface, you may get it wrong, because let's say we go to church. In America, if you go to church and you say 9 a.m., 90% of the people come at 9 a.m. or 8:45, right? In Uganda, if you say 9 a.m., they'll come at 12. Now, if you don't know why, you can easily be very critical. But in America, 90% of the people can drive. They'll have a car to do what? To get there. So they don't have much excuse. The other person is coming from 20 miles away. He will have to walk part of the journey, connect onto a public means, and then maybe take a motorbike, and then connect again on foot for another part of the journey. So you are very unrealistic and out of touch if you expect the same standard in this culture, I'm just giving an example.
Right.
Because I've had some guests come and they say, people here just don't keep time. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I physically couldn't.
It's physical, it's impossible. Yeah, it's very impossible. And then maybe electricity will go off. Maybe he has to cook for the husband before he comes, and he has to first collect. So you have to understand. So for us, what we do, we wait for you. We wait for you. So our praise and worship is determined to wait for you. Our everything is determined to wait for you.
That's a great scenario to practice one of the most important virtue in our faith.
Yeah.
Patience.
Patience. Yeah. Because the person is sacrificial. He's coming from 10 miles away. He's taken the whole day to get there, and it's going to take another whole day to get back home.
Yeah.
So you're just unrealistic to put a demand on this kind of person. I'm just giving an example. So the culture is very cross-culture. When we operate cross-culturally, we have to be very patient and very wise so that we have the harmony. I don't want to go into a culture and they resent me just because I didn't have the intelligence, the emotional intelligence to read the room.
That's a good word.
Yes.
Read the room.
To read the room, yeah.
So how are you gonna found this project you're trying to pull off?
Yeah, so our funding is basically from donors and well-wishers. Yeah, most of the waterways we have done, like Stephanie donated the machine, of course, and funded some of the wells, and a lot of friends, churches. Churches, Forerunner has been very helpful. Actually, also River of Life, New York, and some other states.
They donate?
They help, yeah, they do. So...
But eventually, what you want is like self-sustained, right?
Yeah, eventually you have to build a self-sustaining system. So what we do is, on the road to self-sustenance, for, let's say, the water well. Let's say when we go to the community, we tell the community, they have land, a lot of land, which is not used but fertile. So we sit with the community, let's say, give us land. And then we give you the water well. But actually, we're not taking the land. We use that land now for the local people. We put their church and maybe a school, maybe orphanage, and then also they can cultivate. I had a friend in Florida who is researching and doing the hydroponics farming. Hydroponics farming. Like they do it in layers, and you can grow vegetables.
Oh, so it's a vertical?
Yes, and it is all year round, because it depends, I think, on the waste of the fish. So you have fish here.
It sounds very high tech.
It is high tech,
agriculture.
But actually very cheap. If you have the land, now we have the land, we have the seeds, we have the weather, we have everything. So in terms of sustainability, so we're thinking, we partner with these communities. They give us the land. We train the people on hydroponics or different modern methods of farming. Yeah? For example, a cow. If you have, say, 4 hectares of land, you can breed the cow, because you have the grass, you have with medication, you can be able to get 40 liters of milk per day, 20 in the morning and 20 in the evening. That's one cow. That is already, that family can sustain.
Yeah, maybe they can sell the milk to others and trade for other needs.
So we are looking at us as an organization, but also the communities we are working in, they are connected to us because we are bringing in that empowerment and sustenance. And then so the government, you have a certain number of water wells you have done, you have a drilling permit, and then you have the machine, you have the generator, you have the truck. The government can put you on that budget and say you are now drilling partners with us. So can you do for us this in this area, location A or location B? So the government is giving us money to sustain this project, but also us with our partners, we are empowering those communities with farming, with, so many other developmental stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a capitalistic system combining with some government intervene, right? Which is normal, which is almost universal in this world.
You need partnerships. Yeah, we cannot do without partnerships. We need partnerships with the government. We need partnerships with the communities.
Right.
We need partnerships with the money bags. For example, if I partner with Elon Musk, then it's we shall.
Right. But basically, what you're trying to do, from my perspective, is like grow communities, right? Like just output such either a system or just integrate different resources, then make it happen for the people who live on the land.
Right.
But that's maybe the most difficult job in the world.
The most difficult part, me, I'm a visionary, right? So I put the resources together. But the most difficult part is making it an efficient machine. That's where now you need the technocrats, right? The systems.
Technocrats.
Yes, you need the people who know how to do.
You know the terms.
Because so me, I'm using my heart. But I also need the people who are using their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know how to run things.
Right,
And
right.
they know how to... Actually, they know humanity maybe
Right.
more than we do. Huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the numbers people and the head people, we need partnership with the government. We need partnership with the numbers people, the technocrats. We need partnership with the money bags. We need partnership with the community, because the community also can reject you.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's natural, because you have seen both sides. Right. You've been to the West.
Yeah.
You know how capitalism works.
Right.
But the local people probably didn't have the chance to have that insights yet.
Yes.
And in any developing area, right?
Yeah.
They have this conflict. Like the people who have seen the outside, when they come back, local people reject them naturally, because they say, I don't feel you like me anymore, right?
There's something interesting I want to tell you. So, I went to a community, and I was trying to tell them how it is important to go to school. So these people were so concerned, and they sat me in a meeting, and they say, we don't like the white people, and we don't like school. And they were very, very strong about it. I say, why? They say, it is a bad omen.
Omen.
Yeah. I say, why is it a bad omen? And you know what I say? All our children who go to school and get in touch with the white people never come back to see us.
They have drifted away.
So to them, it was a spiritual thing, the bad omen, but actually it's the effect of...
It's an economic reason. I think most people who don't go back is because they got a better economic
they
status.
move on.
Yeah, they move on.
They get
but
jobs.
that's also a part of a human problem. It's like, why couldn't we care about our past more than we care about ourselves? We should have cared them a little bit more, right? But that's how human nature is.
I understand, because if a kid is... I think our responsibility, let's say, for example, our kids. So you educate your kid. Let's say you came from Africa or maybe China to America to study. You graduated, but you didn't go back to 20, 30 years. You didn't go back to China or to Africa. I can understand, because you got a better opportunity.
Right.
You got a family.
It's easier. It's just easier.
But me, I'm glad I gave you that opportunity to have a better life. I would love you to come back, be with me, talk to you regularly. But I also understand. I played my part. I gave you a better opportunity. So these people in the rural areas, for them, they are family oriented. It's a bad omen if the kid does not come back.
Yeah, I totally understand.
They feel terrible. So that is why.
But why do you come back? I mean, that's unnatural. Right. You should move on here too, right? It's not good.
Now,
I'm not saying
now
it's good.
Culturally for them, you can't move on. It's a family. You have to have a house near your father's house and your uncle's house. You have to always come back to your
That's
road.
attachment to the land, because that's human, very critical, essential part of human, right? We feel like we attach to land.
Yeah.
But then our faith told us different story.
Yeah.
We have a better property.
Yes.
Upward or in the future, then we can move on to either go back to the poverty to help those who are in needing.
Right.
It's just I think the difference is the faith-based stuff. But I also know Uganda has high dense population who believe in Christianity.
Yes. It's over. I don't remember the exact
80, 70%?
No, maybe 65.
65? That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, Uganda has a big Christian population.
But what do you think the Christianity, the impact on the people there?
I think it's good, because
it's good?
We have still remained very conservative, still very family oriented. Like my family, we had a tradition every Christmas. who were supposed to be in the hometown. Now, of course, as the years pass, we can't make it. But if you don't make it, the family is very sad.
Yeah.
This year he couldn't make it. So Christianity has kept us conservative and traditional.
You think that's Christianity brought, or is
mostly, yes,
like people
Christianity.
was
You
used
see,
to
like
like
my name is Byamukama, which means for God.
For God.
Yes. My elder sister is Ninsima, which means I am grateful to God. My other brother is Muhumuza, which means he gives me peace. That's the effect of Christianity.
Wow, that's how many generations in your family who convert to Christianity? Or
My great-grandfather was a Christian. My father was Catholic. My mother was Anglican Christian.
Yeah, same for me.
Yes.
I know they're different.
So the generations passed on, but the effect of Christianity is evident, especially in the western part. You'll hear names like Chomhanji, which means for the Creator, dedicated to the Creator. You hear names like mine, Yamukama, for God. You hear names like Muhumuza, he's my peace. Yeah. So that's the effect of Christianity.
I think the neighbor of Uganda, like South Sudan, right? South Sudan was really a sad story. That country was torn apart because of religions, right? I think a Muslim fights
Muslim
the
in the north, and then a Christian in the south.
Yeah.
But the war in Sudan is more than religion.
It's about land, maybe.
It is more about because it's strategic. It is strategic to the Arab world. So there are issues of oil. There are issues of arms. There are issues of gold. So that it's same as Congo. Yeah. So Congo
the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah,
right? They were in war.
The war will never end because Congo, is the richest country, one of the richest countries on earth, with gold, with uranium, with coltan. Congo has a very huge coltan. You know what the coltan is? Coltan is that, if you Google, is the raw material for making all the phones.
Oh, it's a rare earth stuff.
Yes.
Oh, that's a huge stuff.
So you know why the war is there. I mean, I may be wrong, but that is one of the...
I think China invests a lot in Africa.
Yes.
And I think probably it creates some good, maybe some bad. I don't know how you would see that problem.
China is actually well received in Africa. Yes, especially I talk about Uganda. I know our largest express freeway is constructed by the Chinese. And then some of the dams, now there's a lot of Chinatowns in Uganda, construction.
Yeah, Chinese are very good at infrastructure building.
Yes.
Like
and,
railway, road, bridges.
And the other issue also with the Chinese investment is they don't involve in politics. Just do business and go. Yeah. So, but America is different. If they're going to build a road, they want to influence what the parliament is going to decide. So that creates some kind of bad feeling.
Yeah, maybe United States Americans are more experienced in this because they know how politics influence the future, right? Because they want to guarantee the return.
Yeah, I think America is it's more than business. It's about strategicness in terms of military, in terms of oil, in terms of the future. It's more strategic. So they need to control the politics. That's why they look at the human rights side of it, and then look at the...
Yeah, they failed miserably before. I mean, even in Cuba, right? That's a bad example. They try to control that part, but failed. Then what happened?
Again, we have to ask ourselves the question, is the intention right?
Intention, right.
Yeah, is it right? I don't know if the political intentions are right, but most of the time that may not be the case. I think that everyone is fighting for their interests. I think Uganda will stand for its interests. China will stand for its interests.
Yeah, I think China different is like China do it in a more national way because the company usually are not like private groups. And Americans, when they do overseas business, they will do it more like in the movie Godfather, right?
Yeah.
They just mafia style, like they very few people have the great say. That leads to corruption. I think that's my just simplistic view. I think you mentioned corruption in Africa. Why is that so severe in most of the
I tell you,
African countries?
It's very simple. I tell you, it is because the systems are broken, and the people in power are not willing to fix. If they fix the system, then they cannot be corrupt. If you digitalize payments, every payment is digitalized, then me as a minister or a mayor or member of Senate or Parliament cannot be corrupt. I can't take a bribe because everything has a digital trail.
You're saying about transparency.
Transparency.
Right?
So systems are broken. That is number one. And also because everybody, the big percentage of the leaders are implicated. So there will be no will to investigate or get to the bottom of the corruption. Because everybody, from the president down all the way, everybody is implicated. So if I start investigating the small one, I'm going to end up. So for me to be safe, keep it there, keep it going.
But I mean, same arguments can be brought up in every country. I mean, in the United States, people complain about that too. No transparency. Even in California government, state government, right? We feel like so money has been wasted. And Gavin Newsom or whoever in charge, right? People are not happy with that. In federal level, people not happy with either Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Nobody can please any people. I mean, even in China, it's a totalitarian regime. People complain there's no transparency.
So this is what I believe. This is what my conviction is that if you create the basics, infrastructure, right? Communication, create the resource base, education, so that you give everybody a chance, like perfect competition. Not
that's ideal society.
Yes,
but,
not.
That's a very capitalistic point of view. Like we should create this competition.
But there's no road, there is no school, there is no communication. Why, at least in America, there's a road. Someone can go to school, someone can communicate, right? But now, in some of these underdeveloped countries, the basics are not there. There's no road, no school. Give the child a chance that if he wants to be a soccer player, he has a pathway. If he wants to be a teacher, he has a pathway. So let him get some basic literacy. So you have no chance. Even myself, the way I went to school, right? I could walk in my lower school. At some time, I was walking 7 miles to go to school by myself. I paid my fees from what? From high school, I think my high school, the 2 years of my high school, I didn't even pay the fees. I just went to school. Until today, they are demanding me. I graduated from
college. It's a public school or something like that?
It's a government school, but I said, I'll pay tomorrow. I'm going to bring tomorrow. I'm going to bring until I finish the exam without paying. But when the results came back, the big college I had passed very well. So the college admitted me. I just learned that I had been accepted in college from the college. I said, I don't need to go back to my high school. I'll just go straight to the college.
So you think you are privileged in the context of Uganda society, right?
I was not from the beginning. Because I had to fight, really fight my way to, but I had a passion to study. Even in my pastoral calling, I didn't go to Bible college. I didn't have anyone to mentor me or hold my hand. I've never earned a salary, So it's basically been hustling all the way, and many like me, not just me, many of the people from this kind of background, you hustle your way to go to school, you hustle your way to eat, you hustle your way to be heard, you just have to fight. You have you don't have, who are you going to cry to? No one is going to listen to your cry, you're going to cry alone. Yeah. So, but that's why when you become something, you feel like, I know what it means for this kid who has no shoes. I know what he's going through. If I can give him a shoe or I can give him a pen, I can make a difference.
So you mentioned about the resilience and the passion and the fighting spirit in you, right? I think you definitely know this figure. Idi Amin, right? That's your ex-president.
That
right?
was
There's a Hollywood movie.
It's a lie.
That's a lie?
It's a lie.
But what about this? Actually, I don't know how to characterize his story. Is he a fallen hero?
Okay, so Idi Amin, 1970, I think 74, 75 to 79.
Yeah, approximately.
Yes. It's already history. Some people in Uganda even don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But people everywhere, they keep bringing this. Uganda is big, more than Idi Amin. There's a lot of good. It's a part of Africa. There's gold in Uganda. There is a lot of good stuff in Uganda. But now, when this movie was created, it over-exaggerated.
Over-exaggerated?
He was, of course, he had his flaws, but it was not accurate.
But do you think he has probably same vision or hope for his own people like you?
I tell you something. So, Mulago Hospital, the biggest hospital in Uganda, guess who built it? Idi Amin. Makerere University, the biggest, one of the top universities in Africa, who built it? Idi Amin. Agriculture institutions, Uganda Trypanosomiasis Research Organization, which became Livestock Research Institute, Kawanda Research, researching agriculture, Mbarara Stock Farm, researching on cattle. These were all instituted by Idi Amin that had effect. Uganda, the Ugandan scientists, my father inclusive, discovered the drug that treats trypanosomiasis, which is a disease in cattle. In human being, it's sleeping sickness. In cattle, I think it's Nagana. So there are good things that Amin did. That's for sure. But also, I'll give you an example when he sent Asians out of Uganda. People tell one side of the story. So Amin says, the Asians, who are mostly Indians, are owning business in Uganda, but their bank accounts are in India and in London. Right? So he says, I want you to get Ugandan citizenship. So you bank in Uganda. If you don't want to bank in Uganda, I don't want to be Uganda citizenship, get out in 90 days. But the only report that he said get out in 90 days.
So no, they removed the conditions.
Right.
Yeah.
But so, if you look at just that action, it means that he was very much pro-Uganda economy. He wanted to localize the economy, indigenize the economy.
I think the movie itself is portrayed him more three-dimensional. It emphasized his own goodwill, but also just show his flaws.
I mean, if they play in the movie and they make him, they make the British carrying him up, what are they supposed to portray? They're trying to say this man is so terrible. They're making him pluck out people's hearts from there and eating them raw. This is not accurate. There are pictures of heads in the refrigerator, human heads. This is all wrong.
Yeah, that's probably over-exaggerated.
So there were he had issues, of course. There are people who died, just even like the current regime. There are people who have died. There are people who are arrested without trial. Even right now, there are people who have been abducted, and no one knows their whereabouts, right? So he also had that. Even this government has that, but I think there's a lot of good he did, and there's a lot of evil he did. Yeah.
That's most leader will do. I mean, every leader has this dark side. But is he regarded as a nationalist people, or more
because of media? If you're not open-minded, so because of media, there are those who now are trying to say, but wait a minute. Makerere University was done by Amin. The Bank of Uganda was established by Amin. The Mulago Hospital was established in Amin's time. And many of these things were established in his time. I'm not very quite sure of some more, but a lot of stuff he did. So people are saying, wait a minute, if this man was too bad, how come a government is there for 40 years, but there's nothing we can really say that there is this. During Amin's time, there was Uganda Cooperative Union. There were cooperatives for cotton, for coffee, for tea. These unions would export for tobacco, and Uganda would have the foreign exchange. All these are now broken down. And, for example, the tea industry is big percentage invested by foreigners, not locals. Sugar industry is mostly invested by Chinese, actually, and Indians. So the economy now is not so much localized. Yeah, it's not very much localized. It's still very much foreign influence.
So what's your vision for your mother country then?
Number one is infrastructure. If these grassroots have the infrastructure, then people can be given a chance. That's number one. Number two is digitalization. If we have even if we have a quarter of what is America, systems digitalized and have a certain level of digitalization, the country can develop. And then number three, we have a lot of foreign income earning. Like we're one of the largest producers of coffee in the world. Our coffee is very good. It's organic coffee. I'm gonna Stephanie will bring you some of our coffee.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I also have I'm gonna mix for you the good coffee.
Oh, thank
then
you
you'll
very
bring
much.
it. Yeah. So we have coffee. We have gold.
Yeah.
One of the largest.
Yeah, now is a good time.
Yes. So you see, if you have structures, you have a lot of foreign income. Now our economy is very much based on import.
Yeah.
We import almost everything, which is really very wrong.
Yeah, maybe export too much raw material, but you need to manufacture stuff or make more high value stuff by your own people, right? But then the people needs to equip themselves with knowledge, with the equipment. Then probably it's a good time. I mean, first of all, this geopolitical tension somehow makes like Chinese willing to help more.
Yeah.
And probably Americans are thinking about help more in a more positive way. But also an AI probably can help a bit.
Absolutely.
Huh? It will narrow the gap, maybe. I don't know.
I think another weakness we have had has been on the negotiating table.
Negotiating table.
In the geopolitics, right? So I think we need to negotiate our deals with Uganda in mind or our countries in mind. That we have to be selfish for our countries. In negotiate, for example, if we are doing a trade deal, how does it? To whose advantage? Trump is very smart. When he goes to negotiate the deals of gold in Congo and all that,
American first.
It's America first.
American first.
Yeah. So we have a lot of bad deals in Uganda that have been not well negotiated, like the airport. Yeah. We took a loan, I think, from China.
Yeah, Chinese are very smart at this. Like they just basically, we're lending you the money. Yeah. You don't have to pay. We just build it, but you owe us money. So we need a certain period of time to run your airport, run your ports, right? Run your ore.
Yeah. They call it build, operate, and then give it back. I think build something.
Yeah. But time matters, right? Like how long you have to control this.
But if you give it to me and didn't have it and didn't have ability to do it, but now you are doing it, but you are also operating while training me on how to manage it, I think is a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you are a good communicator. You try to put people together, right? I hope you. I wish you. God bless you more and give you more opportunities, resources to achieve what you are doing.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm so honored to. I hope we can do more of this. I'm honored to be on the U channel.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Looking forward to next meeting.
Amen.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.